सुबह से बैठी हुई है. I don't know. I'm just. I'll just give you a brief background about Siasat. Siasat was started on 15th August 1949, 2 years after independence. The reason for starting Siasat was majority of the literate, intellectual and rich Muslims were leaving India and going to Pakistan, England and other countries, Australia and New Zealand. The one reason for starting Siasat was to keep them here. This is going to be our country. India will have a democracy and we will have equal right. So this is how Siasat started with a left-leaning background. My founder editors were with left-leaning background. I'll just, I don't know where to start, how to start. We were doing English newspaper, abhi Times of India ke sahab jo bole 1990, that's still in my mind. That 2 nights when Satya was killed and the riots took place, more than 300 people were killed, if I remember correctly, in 2 nights. Just because to change a government. Wahi hai na bhai, right? Change a chief minister. This is how political system has been used to गरीबों को बर्बाद करने के लिए, मारने के लिए लोगों को. दूसरी बात ये बोलूँगा कि how Siasat started our journey with English digital platform. I have talked to my team and they said future is digital, why not we start? They said okay, you go ahead and start this digital. We started with lot of well, not much of expectation, but a lot of brickbats from our readers. Why are you going towards English journalism when Urdu is still alive? But what we have found is, I'll give you 2-3 statements. Times of India के साहब ने बहुत अच्छा किया कि जब when Gulf War was going, the whole world, Muslim world was pro Saddam Hussein. So when news came in our newspaper, in some other newspaper, I don't want to name that, कि चांद में सद्दाम हुसैन दिख गया. And you won't believe, people started watching Moon. So they will see the face of Saddam Hussein. This was during the Gulf War. And our circulation dropped by 7,000 on day 1 because we never published that news. 7,000. So I was very much concerned. We were young people. Okay, what is happening? Itna emotional ho raha. I told my editors, no, we should also do this type of stories. They said, what an idiotic talk you are doing. We should never do it. And next day I was sitting in front of a teleprinter. I don't know how many of you have seen teleprinter. So I was concerned that one day we lost 7,000. I think our circulation was 46,000. We lost 7,000. And it's very difficult for Urdu newspaper to get back the old circulation. And the whole Muslim community was buying one newspaper. Oh, this is the right newspaper, this publishes. And for next 10 days, people were trying to see Saddam in the moon. Next day, I was sitting in the office with a teleprinter, in front of a teleprinter. We got a news that Bush is suffering from fever. I forced my editorial team to take this as a heading just to calm down my readers who have gone away from in one day, 7,000 readers. It was a young boy. I was a young boy that time. It was a wrong thing, but I forced my people. No, this should happen. But what happens is, I'll talk about digital media. पुलिस कमिश्नरेट ऑफिस में बैठे हुए हैं तो पुलिस की भी बात करना चाहिए. 303 वेपन था एक ज़माने में. यहाँ से मारो दीवार को जाके लग के ख़त्म हो जाता था. इंटरकॉन्टिनेंटल बैलिस्टिक मिसाइल है, यहाँ से मारो वहाँ जाता है, एक टारगेट को लग के ख़त्म हो जाता है. मगर इंटरनेट इज़ टोटली डिफरेंट. इसकी कोई ख़त्म होने की चांस ही नहीं है. कोई एक मिसाइल से भी बड़ा मिसाइल है इंटरनेट. इतना बड़ा है कि कभी सोच ही नहीं सकते. आई थिंक लास्ट वीक केस आया 2014 की किसी की ट्वीट है, उसके ऊपर केस बुक हो गया. So we have to be very careful. I'll talk about Siasat with Facebook, how our experience with Facebook. We just started Facebook, digital media, Facebook start kar lenge. Let us see how we can do well in English Facebook. When we started, after 2-3 years, we were around 14 lakhs Facebook readers. Out of that, I'll just give you a breakup. Out of that, 5 lakh were from Pakistan, 5 lakh from India, and rest is from other 4 lakhs is from other countries. And it became, Siasat Facebook page became a hate center for Hindus, Muslims, Shias, Sunnis, Pakistani Indians. And no, my non-Muslims Indian readers used to say, oh, how come these Indian Muslims are commenting on Facebook? But they were Pakistani readers from Facebook in Pakistan. They were commenting against Indian BJP came to power. They were talking against BJP, talking against Hindus. Shia Sunni also became a big issue in Facebook, Siasat Facebook. I think on 14 December 2014, there was an attack on Peshawar, Army Public School attack. That time, the Facebook, I know for sure, there are people from Government of India, people from Pakistan, ISI, and everywhere. They are paid to comment on Facebook. So this was happening. Army, 150 people were killed. Out of that, 134 were school children who were killed in that attack. And Siasat Facebook was full of attack from Pakistani readers, saying this is a job done by RAW. This is job done by Indian Army. And I was very much concerned, अरे ये क्या सरदर्द हम ले लिए हैं फेसबुक खोल के सियासत को, और हर जगह से शिया सुन्नी का इशू आता है, लिंग्विस्ट इशू आता है, इंडिया पाकिस्तान आता है, क्या सिर्फ दर्द पाल लिए हैं. एंड वी हैव टू edit comments also at that time. We used to have 2 to 3 people to edit comment. All of a sudden, after 2-3 days, it was like a pitched battle on Siasat Facebook between Pakistani and Indian readers. And not many non-Muslim readers believed that they are from Pakistan. They believed that they are from Indian Muslims who are commenting against Pakistan. But they were Pakistani people who were commenting on Siasat Facebook. All of a sudden, after 2 days of attack, there was a candlelight march in Bombay, done by a lot of civic society in Bombay. I called up AFP people, can you send me some more photographs? They were like women wearing bindis and doing candlelight march against the attack on Army Public School. And we published that story 1, and you know, the whole thing collapsed. The whole raw काम करा, ये Indian government करी attack, सब खत्म हो गया. उसके बाद थैंक यू इंडिया, थैंक यू इंडिया, थैंक यू इंडिया. तो ये है सोशल मीडिया का पावर. सोशल मीडिया का पावर है. अच्छा, मेरा एक बिलीव है कि मोहब्बत फाते आलम है. दुनिया को आप कैप्चर करना है तो सिर्फ और सिर्फ मोहब्बत से कर सकते, नफरत से नहीं कर सकते. तो ये फेसबुक है, ट्विटर है. यू नो, माय फेसबुक had 14,90,000 readers in 2012. Now I am having 14,20,000 because they are not allowing us to grow. If I get 400 new visitors today, enrollment, they delete 420. They have a monopoly. We can't question them. They are big monopolies. We can't question them. We can't ask them. Chalo, abhi last 10 days say they have banned my Facebook. The reason is I carried a story that 139 encounter killing has taken place in UP. This story was given by PTI, UNI, ANI, INS. All 4 national agencies have released this issue, but they have banned Siasat Facebook for this story. Every newspaper carried that story, but Siasat is on their target, so they ban it. We can't help it. But I'll just give you another example how the social media can work wonders. Social media can work wonders and can create havoc also. Social media is, you have to be very responsible in social media. If you are not responsible, then the whole, you may get some TRP ratings, TRP goods, some money through social media. But once people lose your faith in you, they will never come to you. So you have to be very responsible on social media. When all these things are happening in India, especially, What I found is the social media can play a wonderful role, not only in generating goodwill, not only in generating money for the young YouTubers or Instagram users. You know, there are at least 300 women from Hyderabad who are every day uploading videos on cooking classes, and each of them must be earning 40 to 50,000 monthly. It's a new business venture for them. I know some food bloggers, they get 35,000 per just going to one hotel and doing their blogging about their food. And then there are a lot of young opportunities for young generation. What I hope is, the way things are happening, the most important thing is to control social media. You know, there's anti-India propaganda, anti-Islam propaganda, anti-Hinduism propaganda. And most of this propaganda people they are all being paid. They are all being paid by the rich people, fundamentalists or other people who are financing them, who don't want this world to be safe, who don't want this world to be peaceful. So what we have to do is, you have a button in social media, all of you must be knowing about that. Okay, how we make this a safer place. What we are finding is in social media, it's very easy to get social media TRP or get more and more followers to you. But only thing is, they will follow you up to some level. If you are not giving good information, if you are not giving good news, no one will come to you afterwards. Or if you upload some fake stories, irrelevant stories, no one will come to you. Social media is one platform where this country will prosper. We are, I always believed, wherever fundamentalism, majority fundamentalism, minority fundamentalism grows, the country will not grow. We have, all of you are young people, we have example of Iran. Iran was a superpower somewhere in 70s. But once fundamentalists cropped in there, where is Iran today? Iran is nowhere to be seen. Iran. We'll talk about Iraq. What happened to Iraq? Iraq was number 2 oil producer. Once they were captured by fundamentalism. So where is Iran? They fought a war for 10 years and more than 1.5 million people were killed. Soldiers were killed. How many people were orphaned? How many boys and girls were orphaned because of that war? So always fundamentalism, whether from majority or minority, I still remember during 14-15 periods, there were a lot of Muslims who were against BJP, and they were doing comments on BJP. Very filthy comments on BJP, RSS and all these things. But now that has come down. But now there is a new crop of people who are doing comments on behalf of Muslims. We have to be very careful in pointing. Once we start raising flags on Twitter, raising flags on Facebook, raising flags on Google News, what happens is, it's like an FIR. What you do when you go to a police station, you fire a FIR, whether it's a civil case or criminal case, the police will take action on FIR. If you don't do, you just be a spectator. So all of you citizen journalists can file FIR on the social media and sanitize that place from all communal, anti-Indian, anti-Islam, anti-Hinduism, fascist comments and all this thing. You can sanitize. And I'm very grateful to Cyberabad Police. I wanted to start some seminar on this, sanitizing the Facebook and social media place. And I'm happy that here more than 100 plus young YouTubers, young digital journalists are here. And I hope you can do a wonderful job. And thank you, Cyberabad. Thank you, Anil. Thanks a lot.